Hey everybody, how you doing today? Today I'm going to show you some of the easy features on how easy automatic day trader is to use. I'm just going to go over some of the menus right now and the tabs. Right now the market is closed. To do these demos I need to be off hours of the market because you can't use the software when the market is running your real money and connected to interactive brokers with it. We don't recommend you do that. So for the sake of this, you're not going to see the bid and ask prices because the market is not open right now, nor the market scanner because it's not getting the feed that goes into here. But if you looked at the last video, you would see how that feed pulls inside and how you'll see the change percentages, the ARB opportunities that we get from the feed that go into this software. But for now, we just want to show you how this software works and what all the tabs do, the functionality. So let's start by the top. This is the account tab. Like we talked about in the last video, this is where you'll enter your interactive brokers account number here. That's the interactive brokers account number that they gave you. You will enter here to make sure that you're trading out of the right account before you use your software. Then we have the connect and disconnect from the software. Market close time, as we explained before. The New York Stock Exchange closed at about 4:30. So what we normally do is close our trades out at approximately 3 o'clock, 3:30 before the volatility happens at the end. Sometimes we do close it at 1:30, depending on if we're just happy with our profits for the day. Once you use the software, you'll get a feel of how to do things and your own liking, and you can, trade with your own strategies. And we recommend you share those strategies inside of our VIP members club. Next tab is the options tab. Options, you can pretty much just leave this alone. This just has the different brokers that we choose to work with. If you don't like a certain broker, you don't need to use them, but we recommend just leaving them all the way they are. We're just trying to take their prices that come in so we can compare IB's, interactive brokers, bid and ask prices against them to see what the best arbitrage opportunities are. So I would just leave it the way it is. The exchange and the speed at which we're trying to grab these arbitrage opportunities. It's also, the next tab is the stake tab. This, like we showed in the last video, you'll enter the amount of money you want to trade for the day, per se $10,000, and press calculate, and a screen will pop up and it'll show you all the top rated stocks that it recommends you buy and how many shares of each stock that it recommends you to buy of each stock to get to your $10,000 stake amount, your daily trade amount. After you press OK from that list that shows up, they'll all appear over here, and like I said, right now the market's closed, so that's not going to happen. But they would appear right over here. You'd see a list of them all popping in at the same time. Triggers. Triggers are preset. You can adjust any trigger and set any trigger. Triggers are not the price that we're trying to make from a stock. We're not trying to make 1% on a stock. We're trying to make as much as we can on a stock. We're trying to get 1% arbitrage opportunity time gap in that stock to profit from. And it also has our stop loss built into it, our stop loss buying feature built into it. And as I'll show you right here, for instance, this is sell 1%, trigger set at 1%, and then the stop loss is at 1%. This will automatically sell that stock at a 1% loss and then continue to rebuy that stock as it loses till it becomes profitable, thus protecting your profits and your trades. That's our buy risk management, buy stop loss system. Stocks, you can add stocks manually. You just enter the stock code, so just say for Apple, AAPL. Then you put the country name, the stock name, which is Apple, and then press add, and that'll add it to your stock list. You can add any stock you want as long as it's in that exchange. Manage stock. This will be where all your stocks show up, And if you don't like a certain stock, for instance, I just didn't like these, stocks that are not good for whatever reason why that you don't like them, you can delete them from the list. Next, the portfolio tab. You can have as many portfolios as you want. So if you have your favorite stocks, you can just say put John, 1 as a portfolio, and if your wife's name is Lisa, you can put Lisa 2, and you can have her own stocks in her own portfolio, your own stocks in your own portfolio, and you can trade any portfolio you want for the day. You can only trade one portfolio at a time. And as you can see, this is how you'll add stocks to any portfolio that you want. Just click on it, and then press add, then update. You can remove any stock you want to by pressing remove. You can add a new portfolio anytime by just pressing add new, and then just naming the portfolio, and then creating it. You can add any stocks you want to that portfolio as well at any time. This is a search field or a drop-down menu as well for the stocks that you have preloaded already. So just say I wanted to use any one of these. It'll just pop up in the bottom. Anytime you click on it, the stock will pop up with the broker's prices that they're giving for that stock, and IB would also show up the bid-ask price as well if the market was open. You can delete any stock you want by right-clicking it and press delete. You can also look at the history of the stock by clicking on the history button. That'll give you the historical data of that stock. That's also with the risk management system built into it as well. So you can just leave that alone for now. Once you double click on a stock, that's how we set our triggers. You set the buy trigger to 0, and when you first start out, you always set the sell trigger at 3%. Once you get familiar with triggers, you can play around with the triggers to a different number. We have a lot of people that do that, depending on their trading styles. You can enter more volume or shares that you want to buy, and then you just pick the lowest broker, and then you press submit. As you press submit, the stock, once you set the trigger, will turn blue, so you know where you left off. If you have 4 or 5 from that stake menu and you have 5 of them that show up or 10 of them that show up, you'll know where you left off because it'll be in blue. Then you can click on the trade watch window after you set the triggers, and you can refresh. And any stock that you pick from the trigger will show up on the trade watch window over here. This is a sample that we did today. We had to do a little demo on how the software worked, so we just set some low triggers just to take some profits, and we still ended up making $11 pretty quickly. As you can see, we did lose a couple trades, one trade, and then we ended up profiting from the rest and still made $11 after commissions. Not bad for some fast trading. That's pretty much it. That's how to use the stock. You have a trade summary from what you did with that trade for the day. You can adjust the triggers as well while the market is open. But the software is very easy to use for a novice or a professional. And we wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to you guys making a lot of money. And we'll see you soon, and hopefully you joined our members club as well, so we can all meet up one day and have a great time and have some drinks together and celebrate your profits and your earnings. So stop making up to 3% a day. Get used to this window and this trade system, and good luck. Thank you.